Have you ever wondered, if God knew Adam would sin, why create him? If he knew Lucifer would rebel, who made him choose sin? These are not casual questions. They are the kind that can disturb your understanding of God if you're not ready. Now the Bible is very clear. Thou wast perfect in the day that thou wast created, until iniquity was found in thee. Did you hear that? Lucifer was created perfect, absolutely flawless. But then, iniquity was found in him. Notice the wording. It does not say iniquity was placed in him or given to him. It was found, which means it was a discovery. Something emerged that had not been visible before. So where did it come from? Let me help you understand. There are mistakes that are not sin. Lucifer had the ability to make mistakes because he was not God. Only God knows everything. The moment you are not all-knowing, you are vulnerable to error. But here is the mystery. At what point does a mistake become sin? Consider this. You may forget to lock your door. That is a mistake. But if you purposely leave it open, knowing thieves will come, that is sin. You see the difference? A mistake is birthed from limitation, but sin is birthed from defiance. Lucifer, the light-bearer, had within him components of beauty, wisdom, influence. Precious stones covered him. His sound, his music, was unmatched. He had capacities we cannot even describe. But God never designed for all those attributes to be mixed together recklessly. Think with me. Imagine you are in a kitchen. Salt is good, sugar is good, vinegar is good. But put all three into a glass of milk, and you've created something poisonous. Poison was not created by God. It was created by wrong combination. This is exactly what happened to Lucifer. He combined wisdom with pride. He mixed beauty with self-exaltation. He blended sound with rebellion. And suddenly, something God never created, sin, was born. Do you see the mystery now? God did not create sin, but he created beings with capacity, freedom, attributes. And when those attributes are abused, a new substance emerges that God never authored. Lucifer sinned not because God was absent, but because choice was present. Choice is the highest proof that you are not a robot. If God removes choice, he removes the possibility of love. For love without freedom is slavery. So Lucifer's sin was not imported from outside, it was discovered inside. Now hear me, child of God. Many people accuse God. If you knew Lucifer would sin, why create him at all? But listen carefully. God also knew Adam would sin, yet he created him. He knew Judas would betray, yet he was chosen among the 12. Why? Because foreknowledge does not cancel purpose. Lucifer had a purpose. He was a covering cherub, carrying the presence of God. His downfall was not because his purpose was wrong, but because his choices were wrong. And I want you to see this. Before Lucifer sinned, he first undermined God. Undermining is not yet sin, but it is the road to sin. It begins with subtle thoughts. Why not me? Why him? Why should I bow? Why can't I ascend? Every great fall begins with a whisper of pride. Lucifer looked at himself, at his wisdom, at his beauty, and instead of reflecting it back to God, he absorbed it. He said, I will ascend. I will exalt. I will sit on the throne. And that child of God was the birth of sin. Nobody whispered into his ear. Nobody enticed him. His own mismanagement of attributes gave birth to rebellion. Let me give you another example. Take electricity. It powers your lights, your heater, your phone. It is good. But connect the wires wrongly, and you will cause fire. Was fire created by the company that gave you electricity? The fire was created by misuse of the same energy. That is Lucifer's story. Fire was discovered where light was meant to shine. Rebellion was discovered where worship was meant to rise. So the question, who made Lucifer sin, has only one true answer. Lucifer did, by choice, by mixture, by mismanagement of divine deposits. And here is the warning for us. The same danger exists in you and me. God has placed abilities in you: wisdom, creativity, beauty, influence. If you mismanage them, you too can create what God never created. You too can manufacture sin from gifts that were once pure. This is why humility is the greatest defense against pride. This is why dependence on God is the shield against rebellion. Lucifer fell not because he lacked gifts, but because he lacked restraint. And once he discovered iniquity, there was no turning back. Child of God, hear me today. Lucifer's story is not just history, it is prophecy. It warns us that the misuse of divine gifts will always end in destruction, that pride will always precede a fall, that rebellion always begins with self-exaltation. So, who made Lucifer sin? It was not God. It was not another devil. It was not even sin itself waiting somewhere in the shadows. It was Lucifer's choice, his mixture, his rebellion. And I declare to you, may you never repeat his mistake. May your gifts reflect God, not replace him. May your wisdom return to the source of wisdom. May your beauty be laid at the feet of the beautiful one. May your influence cover, not corrupt. Then, and only then, will you escape the tragedy of Lucifer.